This next module, we're going to talk about the mindset necessary in order to be able to be successful with this. Our goal as network marketers, education, understanding, and ultimately a decision, one way or the other. Education, understanding, and ultimately a decision, one way or the other. Yes, no, or not now. That's all there is. Here's 5 things I want you to we're going to be talking about. We'll go through each of them. Be a consultant. Don't walk away too fast. Understand your job. Know why people object. And expect, don't project. So, be a consultant. This idea we've talked about. You bring value by being a consultant, yes? Yes. And if your posture is, when somebody brings up an objection, say, well, that's really good. Let me make sure that I understand it. And you ask some questions versus being crazy defensive. Are consultants defensive when somebody brings something up? Well, this never works with our company. You know, you're a consultant for some manufacturing company. And you say, well, have you ever tried this? Well, we haven't done it. They object. Okay? Which happens every day to a consultant. They go, okay, that's fine. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. Let me ask you this. Let me ask you that. And then they help them get to the point where they're either open to it or not. It's okay. Be a consultant, not a snake oil salesman. What I see all the time, people with these slick answers. Is this a pyramid? Oh, you mean like in Egypt? Good one. So good. Or they have all the fancy, you've seen these trainings, right? The fancy comeback, and the person never says the thing that they're supposed to say when it happens in real life. You know? They say something, and you're supposed to have this fancy answer, and the fancy answer never really works. You don't need to worry about that stuff. We're going to be real people. We're going to have a real conversation. We're going to build a relationship with these people. Sometimes people get real combative. Is this a pyramid? Oh, you mean like the government? Oh, you mean like every corporation in the history of the world? Oh, you mean like everything? Don't say you haven't done that at least once. We've all tried that at least once. Here's the best way to think of yourself as a consultant. Your words, your tone, and your posture. And if you think about maybe how you are when objections show up, usually it's anxious, fearful, unsure, defensive, aggressive sometimes, disappointed, you know what I mean? Freaked out. So I'm going to give you the words, and we're going to talk about the tone. Think about the tone that I'm using with you now. The tone that I'm using with you now is as a friend, just trying to help you get to a solution. And you'll get there too. I'm going to help you with the words. The tone comes from your emotion. And if you can mentally reframe this, your tone will change. And once you practice a little, your tone will change again. You're like, and people will be able to sense it. The reason why objections freak you out is because you're freaked out. And when you're freaked out, that freaks them out. And now both of you are freaked out, and you don't know what to do. Right? And think about your posture when an objection shows up. What a consultant does is relaxes, breathes. But it's not like, you know, think about your posture. I'm talking emotional posture as well as physical posture. What happens? Because so many of us have what I would call an inferiority complex. Because you haven't really built your belief in network marketing yet. You're hoping, but you're not solid. You're like, you're a little embarrassed, to be honest. You're a little embarrassed. You wish that the world would kind of get on board and just understand what the heck we have instead of giving us all this resistance. Right? Wouldn't that be nice? It would be the worst thing that could ever happen to you. Because the day that happens is the day the opportunity is pretty much over. Company doesn't need you anymore, and they certainly don't need to pay you that much money. They run one ad on TV, everybody says, network marketing is the best thing in the world, I'm joining. Tomorrow, every prospect has already joined. So don't be afraid of the fact that it's challenging. Just know this, if you crack the code, and you can, there's no limit to how much you can earn. The price of entry is what makes it great. As far as becoming great at this, the price of entry is what makes it great. So, next concept is don't walk away too fast. Here's what I mean by that. Somebody says, well, I got a question about the ingredients. Some will, some won't, so what? I'm out of here. Right? I've been there. The reason why I can tell you all this stuff with a smile is I've done it all. Here's one of the meanest ones. Somebody says, well, is this one of the network marketing things? You know, like, oh, and I'm like, really? You're one of those people? I've said it. I wish I didn't, but I did. So don't walk away too fast. Just understand an objection's an opportunity. Some people, the moment they get a little resistance, a little wind in their face, they're like, I'm out of here. Don't have the time. Okay, gotta go. Don't have the money. Oh, that makes sense to me. Gotta go. Right? First little, yeah, but can you tell me a little bit more about this? Oh, guess it's not for you. We do this a lot. And you know why? Because we want the anxiety in that moment to go away. We view this as a battle, not as an opportunity. And we want the battle to be over. Oh, you're feeling uncomfortable? Oh, that makes me feel bad. That makes me feel uncomfortable. Let's just finish all this stuff. Let's forget about all this dreams of our future. Let's just have another Frappuccino. You know what I mean? This need, what that tells you is your programming is still causing you to think in terms of a battle versus in terms of an opportunity to serve. So don't walk away too fast. It's really important. Understand your job. What's your job? Education and understanding. Help people understand what it is that we have. Help people understand what it is to the point where they can make a decision one way or the other. We educate the uninformed. We help blind people to see. That's what we do every day. We take blind people, we help them see. What a cool thing. To be able to save drowning people. They don't know they're drowning sometimes, right? They don't know they're blind sometimes. In the movie The Matrix, most of the people don't even know they're in the Matrix. They don't even know. A network marketer needs to show up and say, red pill or blue pill. Come on, people. Which way do you want to go? And all of this is a learning experience. It doesn't matter where you start. If you're scared to death with this, don't worry about it. How old are you, sir? Do you mind me asking?
58.
58 years old. Guy, you look great. Good for you. I want to look like you when I'm my age. 10 years from now, you're going to be 68. Yes? Yeah. There you go. What's your name?
George Hathaway.
George? Everybody say hi, George.
Hey, George.
So 10 years from now, what if it took you 5 years to just become unbelievable at this? You're going to be 5 years older anyway, right?
That'd be great.
It's going to be great. Here's the thing. It's all a learning experience, this whole thing. And this skill is not only going to help you with building your network marketing business, it's going to help you with any objection that shows up in your life. It's going to show up in an objection that it'll help you with an objection in growing your business, an objection from your banker, an objection from somebody you're buying real estate from or selling real estate to, an objection from anything. It's going to help all of it. All of this helps when you look that we're all just people. Understand why people object. Let's talk about why people object. Why do they object? Why would you object? Sound smart? Well, tell me, how many triglycerides this will create in the molecular structure of my something. Those of you in the nutrition business, what's the sweetener? Those of you in the cosmetics business, do they do any animal testing? All this stuff. They just want to sound smart. That it seems like in the presentation there comes a time when somebody needs to be the Shark Tank judge. I need to say, well, what's your proof of concept? What? I saw Mark Cuban say that one time. I just thought that I need to say it. You know what I mean? You gotten these objections, right? They just want to sound smart. They're like, this is the time when I'm supposed to throw something in, so I need to figure out something to throw in. It's not really an objection. It's just they're trying to play their part. You're the one presenting something, and they're supposed to be the thoughtful one thinking about something to say back to you in order to be able to contribute to this discussion. It's okay. It's all right. Let them contribute. Fine. Let them sound smart. We don't need to tell them how dumb they are. Next, they're going to try and seek clarification. How can I get clear? I heard what you said, but can you explain it this way? Or they throw an objection to a certain part of what you talked about, and really what they're looking for is to kind of fully understand it. So say it again one way. And sometimes when they're looking for clarification, we think they're throwing up resistance or negativity, so we give it back to them in our energy and our posture, and they weren't even going there. They just wanted some clarity. That happens with the network marketing objection. I got a friend of mine who lives in my hometown. When we first met, we're sitting out on the patio at the house. He says, so tell me what you do. Well, I work in the network marketing profession. He says, oh, like computers? I said, no. Direct selling, network marketing, small business entrepreneurs, solopreneurs, those types of things. That's what I do. He said, oh, you mean like Amway? Like one of those pyramid things. And he was just trying to categorize it. Because all he was saying was, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm not saying that's bad. Because he saw the look on my face. So I might have projected just a tiny bit in that moment. He said, I'm not saying that's bad. I'm just trying to put it in its category. We got tourism, we've got this, we've got this. I understand it's a big business. I know people do well in it. So he was just looking for clarification. And we struggle sometimes clarifying what it is that we do because the terms are, MLM doesn't really say it, direct selling doesn't really say it. That's the reason why I'm a fan of network marketing, because I think using a network to market products and services is a better definition, and improving the productivity of that network is a better definition that describes the leverage of what it is that we do. That said, it still isn't a mainstream definition yet. Will be, but it's not now. If you say network marketing to enough people, they're gonna need a few company names in order to be able to go, oh, that's the category. Got it. Okay? So they're seeking clarification. Next, they might need time to understand. You're going through your presentation, and anybody else a slow learner? Anybody? I'm a slow learner. Takes me a while. Once I get my arms around it, I've got it, right? But if somebody gives me a presentation, I might throw something in there just to buy some time to try and absorb what it is that they're saying. That happens a lot. People need time to understand what it is that you're talking about. So they'll throw something out there. Next, they might have some limiting beliefs about themselves. They might have limiting beliefs about network marketing. They might think, I can't sell, I don't have the time. They might think, the limiting belief, I'm not one of those types of people. They might have a limiting belief, I'm too old, I'm too young, I don't know how to sell. So they might have all kinds of limiting beliefs that cause them, they don't know about the support system that's connected here. They don't know about the tools that are connected here. They might have a limiting belief as far as how much they have to invest in order to be able to be successful in a business. When their whole model has been tens of thousands of dollars or more in order to be able to start a business and have a chance. So before that limiting belief may be there for a long time before you even get to it. So they start throwing up objections because of whatever limiting belief that exists out there. Next, many times an objection is just a reflex reaction. It's just, you walk into a retail store, hey, can I help you find anything? No, I'm just looking. That's the reflex. Nope, I'm just looking. Nope, I'm just, browsing. You want help. Most of the time, you want it, but you're not ready right that second, so you throw up that objection. It's not real. Professionals learn how to master that. If there's anything I can help you take a look at, I'll be right over here. Come find me whenever you're ready. Enjoy your time. That's what the professionals do. They find a way to build a connection with that person, and they don't take it personal. Kid says, can I have some candy? What's your reflex reaction most of the time? No. How good does that work for you? You know why it doesn't work? They ignore that reflex. Come on, please, please. Fine. Ha, got him. Reflex reaction. Next part of that whole pillar is expect, don't project. Sometimes we'll project. Objections are okay. We can expect them. That's fine. We know that that's normal in order to build rapport and build relationship. People might have some questions. They might need some clarity. They might need some time. They might want to sound smart. All that stuff's fine. But don't project. Here's what I mean by that. You see somebody and you say, I know you probably don't have enough time. And you project the time objection onto them. You project the money objection onto them because you prejudge. You project, based upon their background or experience, an objection that you think that they might have. You project it on them. Sometimes you project your own insecurities. Sorry to bother you. I know you're really busy. Remember, you've got the gift. But we project this weakness, and nothing is more unattractive than that kind of weakness. Makes everybody uncomfortable. They want it to be over with as quickly as possible. So don't set up objections for yourself. Don't assume that they're going to have them and set them all up. You might be thinking, I don't have the time for this. Well, let me answer that. You might be thinking, I don't have the money. They're like, well, I thought I had the money, but maybe I shouldn't have had the money because this seems to be like a normal thing. You might think that or whatever animal testing on our product is a bad thing. You might think that using this sweetener in our product might be a mistake. You might think it happens a lot. Happens a lot. We'll put it into our presentations. You might think network marketing sucks, but let us tell you something different. Really? You think I'm joking? I travel all over the world. I see that presentation a lot. They apologize for network marketing. Why would you apologize for the best form of entrepreneurship for the average person with the lowest price of entry, highest possible potential, best support system, best safety net ever, the ability to grow your dream at your schedule? Why would you ever apologize for it? You can apologize for the hype. You can apologize for the exaggeration. You can apologize for people who don't tell the truth when it comes to what it is that we do because they're too excited. Some people are like the brand new little puppy. They're so excited, they run around and pee on everything. And we've had a bunch of distributors do that. That's why we need some of these distributors to get some training before you run out there and pee on all your prospects. We do. We do. So don't set up an objection for yourself. Another tip for you, act surprised. I don't have the time. What? You know what I see some people do? I don't have the time. Yes, I get that a lot. I don't have the money. That's very common. I'm not a salesperson. Not very many people are. You got to act a little surprised, okay? You're not a salesperson. Oh, right, that's funny. Come on. Not a salesperson. You're trying to sell me that you're not a salesperson. You're good, you. You're good. Very tricky. I bet you that works at home, too. Uh-huh. You don't have the time. The person says you don't have the time. What? Really? Don't have the time. For what? Somebody says product's too expensive. You ever hear that one? Product's too expensive. Really? I don't hear that at all. Compared to what? Oh, compared to this and this and this. Well, yeah, but that stuff's garbage. So act a little bit surprised. And next time an objection shows up, you're ready for it, but you just go, wow, huh. The moment you act surprised, they question their objection immediately. Like, maybe. My instincts are way off. I don't know what's going on, but that's super rare, apparently. Act surprised. Not that surprised, but, surprised. Is it real? Is the objection real? Sometimes they might feel like it's real, but most of the time it's not real. It's just an illusion. What they're trying to tell you something different. They're using the objection to send a different message. That's what they're really doing. What are they really saying? The objection's on top there. The underneath is what they're really saying. So with every objection, there's what they're saying and then what they really mean. And once you understand, there's only a handful. We're going to go through, in this course, 21 different objections, right? I'm going to show you at the end of the day there's really only 2 objections, but I'm going to give you 21 different versions. And we'll role play and go through each one of those 21 versions in this. But understand with every single one, there's the objection, what they are trying, what you hear, and then underneath is what they're really trying to say. So for example, I don't have enough money. What they're really trying to say is you haven't shown me enough to justify the money. Money's not an objection. We all know that. For what we do, money's not an objection. To put a rocket into space, money's an objection. For somebody to join a network marketing company, money is not an objection. Come on. It can't be in any form, ever. I'm homeless. It's still not an objection. And I'm dead serious. How long do you want it to stay that way? Let me help you rebuild your life. Let's find a way. You might not be able to take care of housing and clothing and food and all that stuff, but let's find a way. And I don't care if you have to beg on the street if you're homeless right now. If you have to do that right now for the next month and eat ramen for the next month, and we put together $700 and we start a business so you, 3 months from now, 6 months from now, a year from now, can live a different life. Let's go. See what I mean? It's never, ever. Now, I'm not necessarily going to go direct like that unless I've built up a lot of rapport. But in my heart, that's what I say as soon as I hear it. That's what I say. It's like, no, I don't have any money. Well, of course we need to do this then. I don't have any time. Let's buy it back. I don't have any confidence. This is a school for confidence. Let's go. This is all the stuff screaming in my being. It's not screaming at them. But it's when I hear it, the compassion kicks in and the empathy kicks in, and I want to help them see the other side. I don't have enough time. You haven't shown me enough to justify my time. Everybody's got time. They'd just rather do something else. If you showed enough to justify, they'd figure out the time. That's not an issue. My family won't like it. What are they really saying? They've had a negative experience with network marketing in the past, or somebody in the family has. That's what they're really saying. If they ever give you network marketing with an attitude, they've got a story. They've got a story, and you can build rapport with them so easy. I'm going to help you do it. No problem. So back to these 5 keys. Be a consultant. Don't walk away too fast. Know your job. Know why people object, and expect, don't project. Is this helpful so far? Yes. The mindset of this, get solid on this, the mindset of this will liberate you. It should change your posture. It should change your tone. It should change your mindset. It should change your enthusiasm to go out there and tell your story. It took me a while. It took me probably, honestly, I didn't have training like this. But it took probably 5 years before I was excited about an objection. And up until then, I just learned through plan to review. Boom, that didn't work. Fight with them. That didn't work. Ignore it. I've done that. That works kind of. They object and you just keep going. You just keep talking. Well, I don't have the money. Well, let's talk about this and this and this. I don't have the time. You just keep talking. I'm not sure about this. You just keep talking. Just ignore it. I've tried that's very funny response. That's hilarious to do. Somebody says, I don't have the time. It's like, oh, come on, you're funny. That's silly. Stop joking with me. You're playing with me. I don't have the money. Yeah, right. I've tried them all. I'm going to give you the best ones. So that's the mindset.